Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a mystery, a visitor from deep space that has everybody asking one huge question.
So here's the big question. Was it just an interstellar comet, or could it have been an alien spacecraft? You see, back in mid-2025, an object they named 3I/Atlas zipped into our solar system, and its behavior was so bizarre that a prominent Harvard astrophysicist actually suggested it could be extraterrestrial technology. So, what was it about this thing that got everyone so worked up? Let's open up the case file. You see, the whole alien debate got started because of a list of just baffling anomalies that really made this object stand out.
First off, its speed. I mean, this thing was screaming through space over 200,000 kilometers per hour. That's so fast that its trajectory was hyperbolic, which basically means it wasn't caught in the sun's gravity well at all. This was a one-time visitor, just saying hi and then heading right back out into deep space.
But what was even weirder was that it seemed to be speeding up, all on its own. Now, it was a tiny push, but it was a push that gravity alone just couldn't explain. And for a hot minute, people were wondering, wait, does this thing have engines?
And then you've got its tail. Okay, so normally a comet's tail of gas and dust gets pushed directly away from the sun by the solar wind. Makes sense, right? But 3I/Atlas had this weird, rare anti-tail, a stream of stuff that looked like it was pointing towards the sun. How does that even work?
And the final piece of the puzzle? Its chemical fingerprint. Scientists found nickel, which isn't that weird, but, and this is a big but, it looked like the nickel was coming from a molecule that, here on Earth, we only get from industrial processing. So let's recap. You've got something moving impossibly fast, speeding up on its own, with a backward tail and weird chemistry. You can see why people were excited.
Okay, so with all these strange clues piling up, it triggered this massive planet-wide scramble to get a look. I'm talking about the entire scientific community mobilizing, from the biggest space agencies all the way down to amateur astronomers in their backyards. Everybody wanted a piece of this thing.
And of course, NASA threw everything it had at it. We're talking a whole fleet of its heaviest hitters, from the Hubble and James Webb space telescopes in orbit, all the way to missions out near Jupiter. Everyone turned their eyes towards this interstellar visitor.
And the images we got back, wow. Hubble captured this incredible detail. You can see this teardrop-shaped cocoon of dust, which was super useful. It helped astronomers figure out that the icy core, the nucleus at its heart, was actually pretty small, no bigger than about 5.6 kilometers across.
And get this, we even got a view from another planet. The Perseverance rover literally stopped what it was doing on Mars, pointed its camera up at the Martian night sky, and snapped this picture. Just an amazing faint streak of an object from another star system.
And you know, it wasn't just the big agencies. All around the world, you had these incredibly dedicated amateur astronomers who spent night after night tracking this thing. And let me tell you, that is not easy. We're talking about a super faint, super fast-moving target. It takes some serious skill and passion to pull that off.
So, with all this data just pouring in from every direction, scientists started putting the pieces of the puzzle together. And slowly but surely, they started finding natural explanations for all this strange behavior. Explanations that were still pretty fascinating, by the way. Remember that mysterious acceleration? The thing that looked like it had engines? Well, it turns out it was caused by something called cometary degassing. It's actually a pretty well-known process. As the sun warms up the comet's icy core, these jets of gas and dust just shoot out, and they act like tiny natural thrusters, giving it that little extra push.
And just like that, the other weird things started to make sense too. That industrial chemistry? Well, it's a really good reminder that we have no idea what's normal in other solar systems. This was only the third interstellar object we'd ever seen. What seems artificial to us might be totally natural somewhere else.
And this really brings us to a core principle in science, one that Carl Sagan put perfectly. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. The whole alien spaceship idea, it's a fun thought, but it's an assertion that you can't really disprove, and there's just no evidence to support it. The burden of proof has to be on the extraordinary claim, not the other way around.
So, after all this investigation, with eyes from all over the world pointed at this thing, what's the final verdict on our visitor, 3I/Atlas?
The consensus among scientists is crystal clear. 3I/Atlas was not an alien ship. But, and this is a big but, it was a natural comet from another star. And honestly, it might be one of the weirdest, most interesting comets we have ever seen.
But this is why it's still such a huge deal. Even without aliens, 3I/Atlas is an incredible discovery. I mean, think about it. This is a pristine sample from a completely different solar system delivered right to our cosmic doorstep. It's this incredibly rare chance to study the building blocks of other worlds, worlds forming around distant stars.
So as 3I/Atlas heads back out into the deep, dark void between the stars, it leaves us with this incredible sense of wonder. It's just a powerful reminder of how much is still out there waiting to be discovered, and it makes you ask the question, right? What's going to be the next messenger from the stars to pay us a visit?